for the introduction, and as she said, it's a post-lunch session, so I would try to make it as interesting as possible. I would like you to introduce with my collaborator. He's Vishal Kanoja, he's seated there. He has a talk at 4 o'clock. So let me start this talk with a small context. It's a small video I am going to play. What had happened here? We faced this situation. I think most of all have faced this situation. The consumer here goes to a website called as techstore.com. He tries to buy a gadget, and the gadget could be mobile, camera, anything. He sees that it's priced around some dollars, and basically he tries to know more about the product. And in the process, he tries to contact a customer customer support. And the customer support is engaged for him. Then he tries an email. While writing an email, he sees, oh, what a frustration, irritation of writing a long email just to know more about the product. Why not I try it on a different site? So he goes to smartstore.com, and there he sees, oh, it has some discounts, but the product that he really requires may not be there. So what is that? What has happened here? The customer was attracted to a website, to a gadget. He went there, he logged in, he was able to understand the product what he wanted to buy, but eventually he did not buy it. He moved away from it. So can this attraction, customer attraction, can be converted into customer satisfaction? Can it be taken a further step towards customer delight? So what has businesses to do here? So enterprises or the business websites, let's say techstore.com, focus on core functionality. They have a really very good user workflows. They focus on the design, best in class design. They have awesome interfaces, user interfaces, very light, very intuitive. They also do a lot of stuff on the performance, scaling aspects, so that many users could access the website at a given point in time. Also they have featured search. But why is the customer still moving away? Could we make it something better? How can businesses make a difference so that the experience is really awesome? It's just not enjoyable. It's more than enjoyable, awesome. So let us look at the real statistics. What does the market survey say here? The statistics say that 44%, it's almost half of the people feel that they would like to contact a real person to understand more about the product. Almost 90% of the customer are appreciative or receptive to proactive engagement from the website side. About 40% of the customers agree that they only purchase, this is a very critical point, only purchase something from a website if they are okay to have a live engagement. And 56% of the people prefer live engagement medium over customer support or email or social media. That's what exactly was depicted in the video. So I talk about live engagement, right? So we need to understand that in detail. So let me take an example here. So here's a website on a real estate. Now if you go to a real estate website, they have a contact form and you would also know about their current running projects and the projects that they have delivered in the past. And if you go to the contact form, they'll ask you many questions like what's your first name, last name, what's your email address, what's the address, what kind of properties you're looking at. Hopefully they don't ask your date of birth. But this is really boring for a customer. For a lazy customer like me, I may not want to fill up all the forms. Also again, there is a chance that if I enter some details from my previous experiences, my email could be spammed. I could get random calls any time of my day. So how do I avoid this? At the same time, take the customer information that I need from the business point of view. Let's say I go for this is a website wherein I'm showing the current real estate project that from a business point of view. Now if the customer goes and click here our offerings, he would get a pop-up saying, would you like to, are interested in the launch project on Sarjapur Road that we are trying to deliver? So if he says yes, he would say, thanks for your interest, please let us know your contact. So now the difference here is I am not looking at a boring text form where I may not know even I may be interested in a property or not. The thing here is I am interested in property, I definitely want to know more about it. So this is the kind of engagement, live engagement that I am talking about. And let's say I enter my mobile number, and of course I should also have to have a e-browser. So I enter my email ID, myself, something at im.com. Thanks. The website says thanks for providing contact details. We'll get back to you soon. So this what it has done is it has not just even contacted a website. It has also got the customer information that the website is looking at. So what I presented just now is called automated chat. Now you don't have a real life person here, but the engagement that you have created with automation itself is quite good, quite reaching towards your customer. So what's the major benefits by doing an automated chat on your website? So it brings in customer engagement. So like in my previous example, I was a live customer and I know this is a project that I'm interested in. So I was really engaged by the automated chat that I had on the real estate website there. It interest generates an affinity, and more than that, from a business point of view, you also get customer information, what you require, which is the telephone number and the email address. So let's talk about the development tools here. So as you can see, it's a very simple automated chat and requires very less of technology. You can simply do it with some small HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You can host it on any web server, be it Django, Bottle, Flask, Tornado. Django may be too heavy for doing this. So that's about automated chat. But is it enough? You have just created an interest here. You have just got the customer information. But can you generate enough interest to influence a purchase? May not so in the automated chat. So are there any other options? So let's move ahead with another demo for a live chat. So here I have a tourist website. So it tells you about the different offerings, different packages it has. One is Cyprus, Egypt, or whatever it is. It looks very interesting though. By the way, these are some of the very good templates that I have got online. So this may be Rome somewhere. Now, let's say I am a user here and I want to travel to New Zealand for a 10-day trip. But seeing the website, I am not getting everything of it. I need some customization. Because if there are standard tours that I am not like, obviously I need some customization, right? Because I may not have 15 days of leave that I can avail to go to New Zealand. I can go it for 6, 7 days, 8 days. So can business here or from the tourism travel side, can they do something to interact the customer? So they have an option called as chat with us. So when I click here, I logged in as my Gmail ID. So here it shows my name and I have a chat form presented. So I would like to know, hi, is anybody there? विशाल क्या हुआ? Okay, let me try it from here. Yeah. So from the website side, I say, yes sir, how can I help you? So from the user side again, I get to see what admin has written. Vishal, are you able to connect? Okay. Oh, let me try it on a different browser. That will make my life easy. Okay. Let me open Firefox here. Yeah, so it asks me for, I think Vishal now you can try because I connected to a different network. Is it connecting for you now? It's working. Okay. Can you type in something? Yeah. Cool. So let me ask the admin, Vishal here. Can you arrange me a 10-day trip to New Zealand? My wife will be very happy listening this. Jaldi enter maar bhai. Okay, sure. We have offer customer solution. Cool. Send me one. Oh yeah, I forgot. I need to have a Forex and visa assistance as well. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Please send it. Vishal is cooking some different story here. I don't know what. Okay, fine. So along with that, so if you see in this demo, not just he sold me a 10-day trip to a package to New Zealand. Along with that, he also sold me some visa requirement. He also sold me some Forex. And that is what is the most. Someone is saying, thank you, Siva. Where is he? Okay, thanks. Awesome. Okay, let's move on. So now you must have really understood what does influence, purchase, influence, what is that I was trying to refer to in the first go. So how do you develop this? Or what I have done here, I would like to show you first. So the framework that I have used is for handling the URL handling and getting quick responses. I am using a Tornado web server. Along with that HTML, CSS, JavaScript. And I am trying to connect with the end user with the help of WebSockets. So in case somebody, let's say WebSockets is nothing but a next generation technology which is replacing Ajax pretty soon, wherein we have the full duplex communication that is enabled. So if you want to know more about full duplex and Ajax WebSockets, you can talk to me after this session, or maybe have a look at the Google. You will find a lot of information. But live chat doesn't mean that it's on the real time. What can you do offline? When the user is still not available on the chat, what can you do more? So when the chat is happening, why don't you store the chat related information onto the database? So Tornado being an asynchronous server, I can connect it to async Mongo or any cache related kind of database. So once I have this stored chat messages, I can analyze and generate patterns. So what is the example of analyze and generate patterns here? So let's say I go to a famous book online vendor and say I want a book by design patterns in Python written by Chetan Giridhar. So that's a book that I want to buy. That's not available on this particular website. Now after 2-3 months, some other person of you goes ahead and query. Now the website again says, no, I don't have this book. Again after 1 week or so, somebody else also goes there and inquires about it. So what is this? The live chat that we do here is, it will also store the information. And when you analyze over the time period that what chat information has got stored, you can understand that, oh, there were some 4 or 5 customers who wanted to have this book. They wanted to purchase a book on that. And our website doesn't host that book. We don't sell it on a website. So that's a feedback onto the business side or to the web developer, saying that we need to add this book and that should be provisioned for the user. So that's one more critical use case. So that is how the patterns the analysis on the chat data and the patterns that you have found out automatically feeds back into your website. And that is how you can improve your website and engage more customers and of course more revenue. So as I discussed earlier, these are some of the development considerations that you need to have while developing a real-time live chat. It should be asynchronous, real-time information flow should be enabled, and WebSockets help you in doing a full duplex communication. You should also store chat information, and of course once written for a website, it should not be thrown. It should be developed and maintained in a web API format so that it can be used across different websites. Obviously, if you are a web developer, you will develop another website and you may need it there. And of course, it should be free and open source. What are the development tools? As I showed in the framework, you could use Tornado web server or any other web server as per your liking. WebSockets or jQuery, whichever language you are more familiar with technology. The database and the standard HTML5, CSS3, JavaScript. So what are the benefits of live chat? As we have seen in the demo, it's real-time interaction. Of course, you should need to be on the same network to have that interaction. It also helps you in cross-sell and upsell. So cross-sell here means I am trying to get a package of New Zealand trip, and along with that he has done me a cross-sell of another product which is trying to help customers with visa requirements. He has also given me a requirement for Forex, which is another good example of cross-sells. Upsells here mean is if a person is buying a quantity of 5, you engage him with your chat and try and help him to buy 10, which helps the website in general. You have the opportunity to analyze information once the chat information is stored in database. And as I discussed you with the example of a book, you understand the customer pain points. And with the analysis, you can take up these customer pain points and convert them into profits for your company or your website. And of course, the influence purchase. If the customer is really influenced by the purchase, he will be really happy with that, and the more the chances for you that customers will refer other customers to your website. So that's another advantage. So again, I'm still not happy. Is it still enough? Can I do something else to bring in the awesomeness for the customer? Now this is a very difficult demo. Okay, if it doesn't work, please. Okay, what I'm supposed to do? Okay. So I've deployed it onto the cloud so that it's easy to use. So Heroku, that's another important point. Heroku app provides you, Heroku.com basically provides you a lot of facility by hosting these things on the cloud, and it's really awesome. You can do it within 5 minutes. Really, my experience has been great. So here's another use case. I have come up with a interior design website. It takes you through the different products and what all things it can sell. And let's say I have here sofa and some sitting arrangement and bedroom accessories or furniture and things like this. Now, if you have built a house or if you are staying in a rented apartment also, you will see interior design is the most toughest part of all, because the level of customization is required here is extremely high, right? So now let's say the bedroom that is shown here, it may fit into a size living room or a bedroom of size 14 by 14, but I may have a bedroom of size 10 by 12. Or the sofa that I'm seeing here, it could be a big sofa and it can fit only into a hall of 14 by 14 size. So this is a specific requirement for the customer and needs customization here. So can I do a chat again chat here? So I enter into a chat room with the business website. I say my chat room name is PyCon. That's right, Vishal? PyCon, right? So I start the chat here. It asks me to allow my. Okay, that's my self view. It's establishing connection. Awesome, Vishal. I don't believe it works in the first go. Hey, so Vishal, now my question here is, now I am looking at this sofa, right? And this sofa is quite big, and my bedroom is, my living room is very small. What can I do here? Sorry? Bol yaar, bol. Don't worry, bol. Yeah, we can hear you. Size of my living room is 14 by 14. And my size is also very high, so I need a bigger sofa. Yeah. Bol, aage bolna. Oh man. Okay, fine. So this is how you can create a video chat and get the specific customer requirements customized for you and have exact things what you need. So if you want to have a look at all these source code, they will be put today evening on github.com, and my GitHub URL is github.com/Chetan Giridhar. But that's the end slide. I am not yet done with the presentation. Yeah. So what are the video chat benefits? It's a real-time personal human interaction. I could see Vishal, the website admin there, and it's really enjoyable customer experience. Only if it only thing which is missing here is nothing. That's what I would like to say. High customer loyalty and retention. Once you are aware of that person and you have the real-time chat, you don't feel like going somewhere else. Very high influencing capabilities and referral abilities. And what I would like to say is the awesomeness. The awesomeness that I was talking at the beginning of this talk. You attract the customer. Are you doing it to something to delight him or create that awesome experience for him so that he'll come again and again and buy as many products from your website? So what's the development consideration here? Obviously, ease of use is one important aspect. What I did here was just to enter a string, my chat room name, and I got into the chat. Availability of service and point-to-point communication. So tools that can be used here is web server, Flask, Bottle, Tornado, any web server that you may like. And the tool I have used here is WebRTC. So maybe WebRTC can be dealt more in the JS2 conference maybe. But this is the tool I am using. So what it means to business in the end. It helps in better marketing demonstrations. Actually, if Vishal were to just stand and show me the chair on which he was sitting, it actually gives me a thought that, oh, this is a very good chair, I need to buy it, right? It gives you a better demonstrations, increased product upsales, improved customer satisfaction score for the businesses, and as I spoke about earlier, converting the customer pain points to profits. It also gives you a competitive edge. Now, you as a company need to understand your ecospace. You need to understand what are your competitions. The typical 4 C's that MBA guys always talk about: the customer, context, collaboration. So these kind of real-time communications provide you a competitive edge over your competitors. Of course, it also helps in reducing the expenses on the customer support side or the telephone or the engage thing that we saw in the video. that things are reduced. And of course, why the businesses are in businesses? Because they want revenue, right? But what is that is holding businesses back? Why don't we see it so omnipresently used? So, and also on top of that, there are so many commercially available solutions. Still we don't see it on their website. What's the reason? Can it be used off the shelf? Now let's say I have I won't name it, but there are, if you just do a Google search, you will see many live chat API companies who can give you a live API chat. But will it help my need? Now we took about 3 industries, right? Real estate is an industry in itself. Tourism is an industry in itself. And home decor is also an industry in itself. We have huge stores. Hometown is complete huge store for interior design or something like that. So, can these live APIs suit your needs? Every business has their own needs. Even if it is available, can I directly use it off the shelf? I don't think. Can you get the desired data, like the chat data that you can store in the database? Can it be in the desired format, which can be easily queryable? If you use another commercially available API, can it help me solve these needs? And with this presentation, I think you have an idea now. Looks like I can also develop something of myself, for myself. So should you consider? Choice would depend on the type and size of your business. As a businessman, you need to understand what's needed for me, what's not, how can I develop it, what kind of scale I need to have, those kind of considerations. If you are an e-commerce business, it would mean increased conversion rates, reduced shopping cart, some typical e-commerce KPIs that everybody is aware of, greater efficiency. But at the end of the day, you know what best works for you. I don't think anybody else can tell you what exactly you need and what will work for you. These are some of the links that have been used. Market research from Forrester. The initial view that I use is from eAssistance Pro. 3 websites, MongoDB. Thanks for your time.
Questions? Hey, hi Chetan. So I just wanted to say that you should take a look at WebEngage and you should look at their API, because I kind of don't agree with your claim that it's difficult to use off-the-shelf product and cannot suit. It's an Indian startup in Mumbai, and they do exactly live chat.
Sure.
And you showed us those couple of pop-ups, and next to next they kind of have those too.
Okay.
And I think they have got close to 12,000 customers now as of last month in 7 different verticals.
Okay.
So this is pretty much a commodity business now from a
correct.
business point of view. Anyway, thank you.
Thank you. There, on the left.
Hi, it was a good talk. My doubt is that at a particular instance, if you take, there will be millions of hits for the website.
Correct.
But if you are able to provide the video chat, how many employees you have to provide on that?
Yeah, that's a very good
question. That will be a big problem for the company.
Yeah, it's a very logical question. So, as we see, it's still not yet easily available and easily used. So the service, as I know from some of my friends, has started in banking or financial sector or in the high-end apparel sector. So this is where the business is going on currently, and they have been using it. As we scale up, as more people start benefiting from it, the real-time considerations or the development considerations will be in that regard. Absolutely, there is no doubt about it. There on the left.
You said you have a process by which you can analyze the chat data.
Correct.
Right. What is the level of sophistication by which you can nail the individual customer? Not nail, put it mildly.
What's the level of?
Level of sophistication by which you can identify individual customer by scanning through all the clutter of chat information that you get.
Correct. So there are a lot of tools like R. Must have heard of R, right? R is a programming language that is used for business analytics. It's really helpful. I'm actually currently working on one of the what do you say, for a friend of mine, on the same ways, on the same lines. How can you extract more data and point it to a particular customer or a particular, and how will you associate that particular customer to a set of demography? So those kind of things need to, let's say, I get a requirement for a book, which I had said in the talk, like design patterns in Python. I'm getting the request from Delhi or Faridabad, which is a smaller town near Delhi. And if smaller towns are more asking for it, I can associate a customer based on the IP to a demography and generate more real-time analysis. So I can say that my business was to customer target in the urban sector. But if I'm getting more customers from tier 2 cities, I better target there, right? So those kind of analysis also can be done. It's actually completely a big topic to cover in itself. So I just touched upon it so that we have an idea like what can be done with that information.
Hey, so I have a question. So all the things which you mentioned here, right? Most of it can also be done, since most of it is on the front end, can also be done using, say, Node.js and JavaScript and WebSockets.
Absolutely. In fact, it's a very upcoming area. Node.js and all, it's absolutely bad. We have a company based on.
Let me. Sorry to interrupt you. Let me complete the question.
Sorry.
So my question was, did you had any comparison between implementing this in JavaScript or Node.js when compared with Python and Tornado or all those things? So did you had any comparison?
Yeah.
Is there any reason why we should do it in Python, not in Node.js or WebSockets or JavaScript or something like that?
Yeah. Thanks for your question. So yeah, I had a comparison with that, and since I'm more used to Python, for doing real-time collaboration, I felt that I may not need learn a new language. Since there is a lot of hype about Node.js and people, it's a good thing. I'm not saying it's a bad module altogether. But since there is a lot of hype on that, people may feel that only Node.js can do this. That is the thought process that it's building up. I just want to differ from that. Node.js one of the two models can be used, but it's not only Node.js that can do it. And also I had a few Stack Overflow comments recently, and people felt it's all based on your use. So a typical comment that people say on Stack Overflow regarding this comparison is, my already framework is in Python. Now what can I do? Can't I do chat APIs? Can't I do video chat? Will I have to move to Node.js? So I said, no, you can do it in Tornado as well. So that's another motivation to have this talk.
Hey, just a continuation on that, but what are you doing on the client side? So backend, I understand that you're using Python, but on the client side, inside the browser, what language it is running?
We are using Python only, WebSockets. So,
but on the browser?
Yeah, with JavaScript.
Yeah, so you are anyway using JavaScript on the browser.
Yeah, but I don't have I don't have to change my environment altogether to start using Node.js as a web server or things like those, right? I'm already glued to something. Why should I move? That's the whole thing.
Okay, anyway, thanks.
Thanks a lot.
Hi, my name is Rakesh.
Hello.
You used WebRTC for the front end JavaScript side.
Right.
So WebRTC is not supported in all the browser.
Correct.
So how do we have any other hack to
make
it work in other browsers?
So WebRTC currently has support for Chrome, Google Chrome Canary, and Firefox. And some people claim to have been working it in IE10 on Windows 8 platforms and all. That's just a claim I'm saying. So hopefully the work is going in the right direction, and we may be able to see it in other browsers as well. That's what I have currently. Is there any
other options?
Other options, if the other options could be to write your own in C++, like we have in our company where we do some kind of plugin, and we help people collaborate on video. So if you go to bluejeans.com, you would see that you may not want to join a meeting. You can do it with the BlueJeans plugin. So you need to write some browser plugin, in-browser plugin.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, in the automated chat, we are providing our mail IDs, right?
Yeah.
So why can't they use it as a spam? And they are using it as spam.
Correct. So the guarantee here is, one thing is, you are sure that we want, you are interested in this project, right? You're talking about the real estate example, right? Yeah. So exactly the same thought struck me. But at the end of the day, it's up to the business website to not to give that information. I, as a customer, have my preconceived notions from my previous experience that if I give my email ID anywhere, it gets spammed. But if a project where I am really interested, if I give my details there, I will get a correct response to it, and I am happy. So that is what the aim of the thing is. Okay.
Hello. Okay.
Yeah.
I want to know if using WebRTC, could you store the video on your server and later look it up just for archival methods? I mean, usually they use such videos for, as they say, for training purposes. So could you do that using WebRTC? Because I think that's a peer-to-peer communication. And would you use Python for that?
Okay. So to be frank, I haven't explored that side of it. So I'm not sure if we can, but there should be ways to grab the video that is rendered on the UI. I haven't done much work on that. Yeah, I think thanks for your attention, and have a nice PyCon.